Hey, this is Shuzi, and welcome to my video. For this painting, I wanted to design a girl in a serene pose, stretching, very elegant, just enjoying herself, looking comfortable and relaxed. I think long, flowy, straight hair is the best suited hairstyle for this pose. So after a quick sketch to put my idea on paper, this is what I had in mind. Then I started to tweak her pose a bit here and there to make it best angle for a feminine silhouette. Since she looks pretty fit, I put on some sporty clothes for her, thinking maybe she just did some yoga or jogging, and now she put herself in a really good mood after the exercise, so she untied her hair and gonna go for a shower and relax. This is a little bit different than what I originally imagined, but I'm pretty happy with it. Then I realized the composition is not the best. The top left corner looks a little bit empty. What should I put there? Maybe let me tweak her arm a bit so she's holding a weight? Now this opens a whole can of worms. Spoiler alert. The end result is nowhere near close to what I had in mind, but keep watching, and I really wanted to know which one you think looked better. After changing her right arm, her face looks too happy and serene. The weight is heavy, right? At least I drew it pretty big, like 20 pounds. So she probably should have a struggling look on her face to match, or maybe an angry look. Well, now she looks pretty angry. She might as well hold another weight. And this weight is about to fall off her hand because it's too heavy. But the hand position doesn't look good, so let's make her hold the weight confidently. Maybe she's super strong. Yeah, she should have a confident look to match it. Wow, now it's getting a little bit weird. I think I need to get serious. So I wiped out her face to redo it. Then I remember, well, you guys probably don't even know this because you're too young. Look at my audience chart. There was this thing called shake weight, came out 2009. Basically, it's a weight with some spring inside, and you shake it to work out your arms. Yes, I know what you're gonna ask. It was an actual product, I didn't make this up. There was actually a commercial for it. Alright, so now you know how shake weight works, so she will be in quite a bit of a shaky motion. I changed her hairstyle into a single ponytail, flying up, so also filling up the empty space for that corner. Then I started to think of ways to show the movements. I want to make it more dynamic. Let's start from her boobs, because no way they're gonna stay in place if she's shaking that weight. Oh, I should mention, she'll be fully dressed. I just like to draw anatomy first before I put on clothes for my characters. So her right boobs will go up and left one should go down, I think. To maximize the movement from the shaking, I think they better go in different directions, because she's using two shake weights at the same time. Then I started to tweak her body here and there. I used a reference photo I found to draw the shake weights. I forgot to add the springs, the crucial part. I'll add them later before I paint. I think I also need to exaggerate a bit so I have one side shorter and one side longer, so I can make the movement more obvious. Now I'm happy with the pose, it's time to put on some clothes. Gym clothes is the first idea came to my mind. Since it's a vigorous exercise, quote unquote, the sports bra is being stretched to the max, and something is about to pop out. I'm still learning how to make fabric look better, but one thing I really enjoy doing and improving is to design the folds. It's like motion lines to tell you how the character moves. For her shorts, I started with the basic one, but I wanted to add more design, and not everything should be skin tight, right? So I added another pair of shorts on top, and the original basic shorts became the compression shorts she wears underneath. I think I'm going to have two different colors for those two pairs of shorts. Now she's fully clothed. The last thing I need to deal with is her hair. The single ponytail seems too simple, and it looks very obvious it's used to fill up that empty space. I don't want to look lazy, so I wanted to try a different design. Something longer with more motion. The first one I came up with looks too funny, so I immediately gave up on that idea. The second one is pretty good, so I will just go with that. Two long pigtails flowing in the air goes so well with her overall look and really adds to the composition. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the design went from the one on the left to the one on the right. Very, very different from my original idea. Maybe I should give the left one another chance and polish it up for another painting. Which one do you like more? Let me know in the comments. I printed out the sketch and now I'm going to transfer it to my watercolor paper, so it'll be something like this. And I'm going to use the light pad to make the transfer. I'm glad the video turns out okay in this dark room. I basically put the sketch under the watercolor paper and used mechanical pencil to lightly trace a line onto the watercolor paper. So I finished the tracing. It's now on the watercolor paper, and now I'm in my studio to start the painting. I changed the composition to landscape to give it a bit more space for her hair and for the background. Because the design is pretty dynamic, I'm going to use some watercolor splashes, maybe like in this diagonal using blue. Let's start with the splash. Got some liquid watercolor in blue. Just want to see if the pattern is what I'm looking for. Ooh, the splash went everywhere. Not quite what I'm looking for. It went as far as here. Let me see if I can pour this back in. It'll actually work. So maybe this is what I should be doing. Oops, I wasn't trying to blow bubbles. What the hell? Why is it blowing bubbles? Oh, I wasn't using this. So this is what I was trying to do. So after a short struggle with my poor memory, I finally remembered this lens blowing tool is what I use to create the splash pattern, because it has enough force to push the paint around on the paper. But if you don't have one, blowing using a straw also works. Here I'm painting the background first, because I want to create quite a bit of pattern with a lot of brush movement and splashes. So I don't want to paint the figure first, and then I have to paint really carefully around the figure. I'm also painting in the hair at the same time, because I want to add them in when the background is still wet. So the paint in the background and the paint on the hair can run into each other, creating that blurry motion effect. The paint is really wet, so I'm just moving the paper, tilting it, so the paint can move around and create some interesting pattern. So I just finished the background. Everything is super wet now. I don't think I can paint until it dries, so I'm gonna go take a break and come back later. So the painting is all dry. I moved to this side of the table so I can paint in an upright position. It's easier to see. Now the background looks really nice. It's exactly what I'm looking for. It has some nice watercolor pattern, also have the hair going in and out of the background. So yeah, I'm gonna start to add details. I'm trying a new camera angle, but I set the jib movement too fast, so it's going back and forth, panning left and right, looking a little bit weird. Anyway, the first layer, as usual, is the skin. I'm not trying to add too much details here, but rather my focus is to capture the major anatomical shapes and leaving highlights. So this is what it looks like now. Next, I'm painting her eyes. Eyes are usually the darkest portion and the focus of the painting. So I like to add them as early as possible so I can see her expression. Like now, especially after adding her mouth, I can see her struggling and embarrassed look. Well, it might be her first time trying the shake weights. Then I added her hair. I chose brown hair for her in the end because I wanted to stand out from the background. I also don't want the painting to be too messy because I want the shake weights and her shorts to be the focus with a pop of color. But uniform brown color looks a bit boring, so I added yellow as some highlights and also to create some color variation. Now I'm adding shadows to her bands, so it looks like her bands are away from her face. Also adding shadows around her eyes and to her skins all over her body. This is a super important step, especially because she's showing quite a bit of her skin. I don't want to get it wrong, and I'm paying special attention to anatomical details. For example, the part of her boobs popping out under her sports bra. I want to describe the shape to make it believable, like it's being squished and it's soft. This usually takes quite a while, and I'll come back later for another layer. For the weights, I'm using a bright pink to make it really pop. The original shape weights is chrome, and I think it's a bit boring. I always like the pink and blue combination, it can never go wrong. For the spring, I stick with the original design and use black, so it creates a nice contrast. I decided that her outfit would be mostly white, with some accent color. For white clothes, I usually use a navy color to paint the shadows. I chose the same pink I used for the weights as the accent color for her shorts. And for the compression shorts, I used a bright yellow. I think it goes really well with the outfit. Colorful but not too overwhelming. The idea of adding the blue stripes as the band for the shorts came up on the fly. Although it's the same blue as the background, the pattern makes it distinctive, adding interesting details without fighting for attention. I'm paying special attention on the shape of the stripes on her bra, because I want to show the fabric is being stretched out, so the stripes are thinner and longer. Now I'm just doing some final touches to add or darken some shadows and adding some final details. As a final step, I have to make shake weights deserve its name. To do this, I want to describe the super fast shaking motion as you saw in the commercial. So I'm adding speed lines to the weights, creating the blurred look. I'm using opaque white with pink Posca marker so it can layer on top of the watercolor. Oh, very last step, I'm adding her hair ribbon and her nail polish. Hair ribbon is also floating in the air, perfect to show the motion and composition. I use the same bright yellow color as I used for her compression shorts, making her outfit more coordinated and to balance out the color in the whole painting. And now this is the finished painting. I'm really happy how it turned out. The background sets the perfect mood for the story, the color is very vibrant, and I love how dynamic and cute she looks. Although it's very different from my initial idea, I have fun creating this piece, reminiscing this weird product, and sharing the process with you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.